Yeah. Holla, we them boys. Holla, 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 we making noise. Holla, holla, we them boys.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
Welcome back to Cowboys Talk. We are a brother and sister duo that love the Cowboys and everything about the Cowboys, and we love talking about them. And this is our first episode after a long time, so good to be back. New season. Last year sucked, so that's why we stopped. There was nothing to talk about. It's like, another week, another loss. We suck again. Oh no, we suck again.
Oh no, we suck again.
And so we have a fresh start now. So good to be back. I'm Rahul. This is Ritika. Okay, so let's get started. We have a huge game coming up tomorrow. What's up? What are we talking about first?
So let's talk about why we are playing the Buccaneers, aka Super Bowl champions.
As a first game of the season, as a season opener.
First game of the season,
Right.
opener.
Yeah, so I know a lot of people are saying, why are the Cowboys playing the first game of the season? They were terrible last year. They're coming off of injured quarterback coming back and so many uncertainties. Nothing is for certain. And here they are playing the Super Bowl champions when there are so many other great games happening. What do we have coming up? There's this in week one we have that's a pretty good game. Who else is there? What else do we see here? Seattle, Indianapolis, I guess. Cleveland and Kansas City. That's a pretty good one.
That's a good game.
Green Bay, New Orleans. That's a great one. But you know what? I could care less about all these games because who has ever been talking about this whole time? You turn on to ESPN, Fox, wherever you go, all the newspapers, what are they talking about? The Cowboys playing the Bucks. HBO, Hard Knocks, all about it. So many people tuning in to watch it. By the way, this season's been amazing. I loved it. It was awesome. That drone shot is my favorite. But yeah, like it or hate it, you can't stop talking about it, and that defines Dallas Cowboys. We've been mediocre for what, like 25, 26, 27, 28, 29? I don't know. I lost count. It's been a terrible ride. It's been a terrible era to be a Cowboys fan, but hey,
Here we are.
you still can't stop talking about us. We're talking about the Cowboys. Cowboys talk.
Cowboys talk.
Seriously, we're a very polarizing team. We're interesting. We're the most valuable franchise in the world. We're still raking in more money than any team through tickets and merchandise and everything.
I mean, year after year, we continue to be the most valuable team in worldwide. So
Exactly. So why not? I mean, NFL wants some relevancy again. Why not bring in the Super Bowl champs and have them play America's team? Just makes sense. Just makes sense. And you know what? I would love to have this conversation later on by the end of this year because I think the Cowboys are going to have a great season this year. We are set out to prove ourselves. Dak has missed this game. He's back. He's dedicated, focused, and Zeke has lost weight. It's going to be a great season. I'm feeling it.
And let's not forget that Amari's coming off healthy from an ankle surgery, so he's looking good.
Yeah, he looked good. He looked good at
Hard Knocks.
Yeah. So I feel good about the season. Let's see what happens. What's up? What's next?
What are the keys to the game?
Keys to the game. All right. The number one key for anybody playing against Tom Brady is just give him hell. Be in his face, pressure him, force him to throw bad passes. I mean, this is a given. Everybody knows this. We know this. And the thing is, with Tom Brady, you can't even like play the game that you usually do with other quarterbacks, where you take away the run game. We can't do that because why? Last year, you look at the Bucks. They were ranked. I think I have this here somewhere. Their run offense was ranked 29th in the league. There's 32 teams.
Right.
Yet, pass offense, number 2. Team offense total, number 3. They're the 3rd best offense in the league overall, even with the 29th ranked run offense. It doesn't matter. Even though they had some great running backs, they were loaded, and they still are. They got rid of Shady McCoy, but they got Giovanni Bernard now as the 3rd running back behind what's his name, Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette. They're stacked over there, but still, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because Brady is Brady. But I think with our defense right now, our front line is pretty good. They're pretty good. They haven't had a lot of success, but I will say that that result is a product of the scheme.
Yep.
I am so glad Nolan is gone. His defense was just shit garbage. It was dumpster fire. It was awful. I am so glad he is out of there. And I don't know how this new defense is going to be.
I mean, last year, like, our defense was historically the worst defense ever. Like, we were averaging, 2.3 yards?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it can't get any worse, right? It can't get any worse. There's only one way to go. When I'm hoping he brings whatever he did in Seattle, is starting that all over again and not repeating whatever happened in the last couple of years over in Atlanta. But the keys to win, I really think, is going to be our offense has to go head-to-head with their offense. It's going to be a shootout. You remember that Romo game with Peyton Manning and the Broncos, where it was just back-to-back,
Yep.
and at the end, it was, and Romo outplayed Brady in that game, and he had to do way too many things and ended up throwing a pick at the end that cost us the game. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, classic Romo," but no, stop it.
Insert my Ditka.
Yeah.
Stop that.
Hey, thanks, Susie. Now we got the segment that's sweeping the nation. Stop it.
That's what we're going to have to do, man. We're going to have to go head-to-head, and I think we're going to have to run the ball, slow the game down, and keep the ball out of Brady's hands. Keep it out of Brady's hands.
I mean, we have 2 weapons back there. We have Zeke and we have Tony Pollard. So
we do. I think that's going to be the key. Is keep the ball out of Brady's hands, put pressure in his face, and we're gonna have to score. No turnovers. You start making stupid turnovers. You start making these stupid penalties, these holding penalties, and taking yourself out of the game and costing yourself field of possession. That's gonna set you back. You can't do that with this team.
If we can just figure that out, because year after year, that has been our Achilles heel, turnovers. So if we can just minimize that.
Most of that, those the type of penalties that I'm talking about is like the holding and offsides and all that kind of stupid shit. That is all, that's all coaching though. That is all coaching. That's stuff you coach into the guys. Right. These type of mental errors can be coached. I'm hoping that all has been tweaked out. It's second year.
You would think so. Mike McCarthy even called it out on Hard Knocks, because he even said that we can't be losing because of these type of costly mistakes. So he's well aware of it. So
let's see how they do. I mean, we can't afford any of that stuff. We have to score. We have to avoid stupid penalties. We cannot have turnovers. Run the ball, control the game, keep the ball out of Brady's hands, put pressure in his face. These are going to be the keys to win. I know it's a whole bunch of things, but it's very doable. It's very doable.
Definitely.
This game, honestly, I think it could be, neck and neck, or it could be a complete blowout. It can go the other way. Because, I mean, it all comes down to, like, how um, what's the word I'm trying to think of?
2 hours later.
Usually I know I'm on the same page, but I've lost you here.
10 years later.
Awesome.
Oh,
Spectacular.
disciplined they are. How disciplined the Cowboys are. That's what it's going to come down to.
Well, we can only predict. So
It was hard for me to think of it because we haven't been disciplined in so long. I don't even know what that is anymore. Like Cowboys, just what?
no one knows.
What? Yeah. And I know a lot of people will say, "Oh, we didn't have our best offensive lineman. Zach Moore was out. What are we gonna do?" That's when and blame it on him that we lost. But no, that cannot be a reason that we can lose. It has to be next man up. I mean, a lot of teams go through losing, star players. They find a way to win. The good teams always find a way.
Yep.
We have to be at that level. We can't afford to do the kind of shit. We can't afford to pull the kind of shit that we've been doing in the past. Like one star player goes down, we're done.
Team.
Last year, that goes down, done. Which quarterback
He's a foundation, yeah.
As your quarterback goes, and last year just was not our year.
Yeah, but we also lost Amari, so.
Yeah, we did. But I mean, I don't know. I really think that you can. The good teams find a way. I mean, the well-coached teams. I mean, you look at.
Look at the Eagles. they won a Super Bowl with Nick Foles, so anything's possible.
Exactly. You never know. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I'm pumped.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great game. So, all right. So I guess there's only one thing left, and let's predict the scores for tomorrow and find out who's right.
All right, you go first.
Oh man. I think the score is going to be a high scoring game. 42-34. Cowboys win.
34. Okay. I mean, yeah, I do expect it to be a shootout. That Broncos
Let's talk basketball points.
Or something like that.
120-80.
108, 106. I'm gonna say it'll be 35-31. How about them Cowboys?
Them Cowboys.
Or it can be 28-10.
You can't have two scores. You have one prediction.
Or 28-10 bucks.
Stick to.
Now, like I told you, it'll either be a shootout or it'll be a blowout.
Or it's going to be
And
like that one
28-10
thing
is
where
very conservative. Like
it's
I
strictly
probably
field
get-
goals.
You know what? Like I still have like PTSD from that Bills game from last year. You remember that?
Yeah, that was the worst.
I had nightmares. It was awful. I don't want tomorrow to turn into that. I do not want that.
We don't talk about it.
It was a Thanksgiving game, right? That's what it was?
Yeah,
Was
it
it?
was Thanksgiving.
Yeah. It was probably the worst Thanksgiving I've ever had in my life. It was horrible.
Thanks a lot, Buffalo. You
I
ruined
don't even enjoy your
Thanksgiving.
wings anymore.
Couldn't even eat pie.
All right.
All right.
Let's see how tomorrow goes. We'll come back and we'll talk about how the game went, what we got right, what we got wrong, and where do we go from there.
Yep.
I love that. You know, who was that? I think it was Michael Irvin that said that it's great to have a measuring stick twice in the season. Right in the beginning, we get to figure out how we are when we play the Bucks, and then middle of the season, near the end, we play the Chiefs, so we get to see where we are at that point in time. And yes, I know every game in the season is important. We don't have a million games like they do in basketball or baseball. I get it. We don't have a lot of games, but we do play in the NFC East, so we can afford to have 2 games that we can gamble with just to figure out where we are. And you know what? Forget everything. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we lose right now to the Bucks either, Because you know what? It all matters about is when we get hot. Say we find ourselves, I would rather find ourselves mid-season and just go from there. I mean, hell, Brady lost to Breeze twice last year in the regular season. He lost to the Chiefs in the regular season. Came back and beat them in the playoffs. So win when it matters. But, use these games to learn the other team. Figure it out. Let's go, man. Let's get the ring this year. Like, I'm tired of mediocrity. We need to get going and win some chips.
Some chips.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right.
So we're gonna log off. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and like this video as well. Follow us, stay updated for whenever we post our next videos, and listen for us wherever you hear your podcasts at Cowboys Talk. Thanks for joining us. See y'all next time.
Yeah. Holla, we the